I don't want to do the crab whiskey. I'd rather do what I'm seeing here on the table.
Yes.
She is America's no-sugar baker, Jayne Jones. So glad to have you here to tell us.
Thrilled to be here.
Yeah, well, we're happy to have you because so many people are suffering through the same thing that you went through. Yes. You're going to tell us why you became a no-sugar baker just a few years ago. By the way, you might recognize her. She has this huge social media following.
Ended up in the emergency room.
Yeah.
Thought I had the flu.
Okay.
My blood pressure was 289/189. Glucose level was 600. The ER physician told me, thank the good Lord you didn't have a stroke. My regular physician told me if I wouldn't change my lifestyle, I'd be dead in 4 years.
Wow.
3 months later, here's the good part. 3 months later, insulin-free, diabetic medicine-free, sugar-free, 60 pounds lighter, and my vision I lost for 3 weeks. I lost my vision for 3 weeks. The vision I lost for 3 weeks is now back to 20/20. I told you on the break, I just had my eye appointment, and that vision is still 20/20.
Wow.
All because I went completely sugar-free. Now, here's the deal, Jasmine. I used to love to bake.
Okay.
I threw everything in my kitchen away. I got mad at
You had
myself.
to.
Right, because I thought everything was over. I thought the sky had fallen. I was never going to be able to have a treat ever again in my life.
Right.
And then I made my kitchen my science lab, got myself back there, and today we are making the No Sugar Baker peanut butter chocolate chip bacon cookies.
It sounds so indulgent.
Yes.
But like you said, you got to go for the ingredients that you know.
Yes, and I read labels better than anybody, right? So I happen to use a pure cane, which is a all-natural sweetener made out of pure cane sugar. Right? Does not raise my glucose level at all. Does not taste artificial because it's all natural. Doesn't give me a headache. It tastes and bakes just like sugar, believe it or not. So what you're gonna do is use real butter. That's the key because margarine has sugar.
So that's okay.
Yep, butter is fine.
And the
peanut
flour
butter
is special too.
Well, flour, I have to use a keto flour or I use an almond flour.
Okay.
I use also a sugar-free dark chocolate chip. So you do mix in the pure cane brown, which looks just like sugar, right?
Yeah,
Can't tell the difference. You mix that in with the granular, which is also their flavor, along with some vanilla. The trick of the trade, I use as much vanilla as you want. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
bring it on.
I'm
Bring it
always
on.
just teaspoon it, but you dump.
Yep, and then you mix it all together, add in whichever flour you prefer, the almond flour or the keto wheat flour. This is the dough you're gonna get. Then you take your fork and you smash it down. Now here we go, friends, this is what you're gonna do. Trust me on this one. You take
the bacon.
And you top the cookie with bacon right on top of it. You bake it at 350 for about 8 to 10 minutes. This is what you're gonna get right here. So it's a peanut butter chocolate chip bacon cookie. It is completely sugar-free. It has all the indulgence in the world.
Wow.
My husband challenged me. He's like, hey, you're making now peanut butter bacon cookies that are sugar-free. Can you make a monster cookie? And I was like, I love a good challenge, right? So it's completely sugar-free too. We have the monster cookies. It happens to be his favorite. Same thing. I use both pure canes for that. I use a sugar-free
and it's soft and moist.
Yeah, of course it is. And the taste, you're gonna give it a high five. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, could you tell it's completely sugar-free?
Absolutely not.
Right. It's all there.
This is incredible.
Thank you. It's all there. The taste is there, and that was the biggest thing for me. I'm a lawyer by trade. Who got sick? Who went and started this blog to say, hey, look, here's my story. But you know what? 20% of the population identifies just like I did. I was just the fool who wanted to go and share it all, right?
Or pre-diabetic.
That's the biggest thing. Listen, I was the worst of the worst in the scale when it comes to diabetes. Like, I can't even have a drop of natural sugar.
Or you'll lose your eyesight again. It's much more serious.
It's the very first thing to go. If I was to eat a bite of banana in about an hour, my eyesight would start to get blurry. So I can't take the risk of it. But if you're pre-diabetic, just do me a favor. If you're pre-diabetic, start to limit the sugar in your body because you'll do your body a favor later. Don't end up like I did in the ER probably at the end of the rope, saying, you know what, in 4 years, if you don't change your lifestyle, you're gonna be dead. Because I was only 44 years old at the time.
That 3 years ago, right?
And
just a few years ago.
You can be sugar-free and have completely full of energy.
And I can tell she does. The moment I walked into the studio, she's so energized. I mean, and to talk about, I see the passion about your baking. And you said, tell me the story again about your parents who cried because you love to host parties. You love to cook before this trauma.
I used to love to bake all the time. Love to bake all the time. I gave it up for 3 months. Like I said, threw everything in my kitchen away. The very first recipe I tried, I didn't even tell anybody I was doing it. I brought over cookies to my parents who live across the street. They're snowbirds from Minnesota. Brought cookies to them. You know what they did? They started to cry. And I'm like, is it that bad? Is it really that bad? Is it really that disgusting? I left. They called me and they said, you are back. Our spirit and our daughter is back. I started the blog, and they're like, you know, if you can help one person, it's the right thing to do. So it's nosugarbaker.com. If you help one person, we are helping thousands of people because I get it. I understand what it's like. So you know what? Find us at nosugarbaker.com. I love it. Send me all your recipes.
I love your picture on the back. So cute.
I just was so excited. Try to make these peanut butter chocolate chip bacon cookies, make them for a potluck and bring them. That's one of my fun things to do. Make it for a potluck. Bring it. Don't tell anybody.
Even.
No.
It's a
I go like
secret
this on purpose. I'm like, ooh, right? No.
It's amazing.
It's our secret. It's sugar free, and then be like, oh, listen, it's sugar free, and they're like, I can have more of those. Yes, it's good for keto eaters. The pure cane is really good for keto eaters, diabetics, obviously, and also I didn't know this until I started the blog. Oncology patients are told no sugar.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, so help them out. You know, give a little indulgence, give a little treat.
I think for the holidays too, because you never know what someone might be going through.
I never thought about it. I never thought about I was that party thrower who never knew to think about everybody else out there. Now, my gosh, my goodness, there's 75 different names.
You can come over anytime. Anytime. I'm going to dive in.
We're gonna have a cookie party.
I mean, it's really so good. Thank you so much for being here.
Bless your heart.
The staff is like salivating, like everyone. You can find more information about Jayne Jones and her no-bake, no-sugar recipes by going to KCAL9.com. Click on Seen on TV. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I can't eat the bite now because I got to read something else. Olga, she's coming back with a check of the very hot forecast today.